Ever wondered which empires in history were the grandest, covering the most territory? Today, we explore the 10 largest empires in history. An empire, a vast group of states or countries under a single supreme authority, has been a prominent form of government throughout history. From the ancient Roman Empire to the more recent British Empire, these behemoths have shaped the world as we know it, influencing culture, language, and even the borders of modern nations. Their legacies, both positive and negative, continue to echo in the annals of history, offering lessons and insights for future generations. Today we embark on a journey through time, delving into the stories of the 10 largest empires in history, each unique in its rise, reign, and eventual fall. Join us as we traverse through time, exploring these colossal empires. Starting in 1415, the Portuguese Empire was one of the longest-lived empires, stretching till 2002. Spanning nearly 6 centuries, it was a significant player in the age of discovery and exploration. This empire, covering an expansive area of about 10.4 million square kilometers, was a testament to Portugal's maritime prowess and ambition. The empire's reach was truly global, extending from South America to Africa, from the Atlantic Islands to the far reaches of Asia. It was a period marked by the exploration of new lands, the establishment of trade routes, and the spread of Western civilization. At its height, the Portuguese Empire was a melting pot of cultures and a hub for the exchange of goods, ideas, and people. Its influence can still be seen today in the Portuguese-speaking countries of Brazil, Angola, Mozambique, and others. From architecture and language to food and music, the Portuguese Empire's cultural imprint is undeniable. The Portuguese Empire indeed left a lasting impression on the world. Next, we have the Yuan dynasty, the first foreign dynasty to rule all of China. Emerging in the 13th century, the Yuan dynasty was established by Kublai Khan, the grandson of the formidable Genghis Khan, and lasted nearly a century. This dynasty not only unified China for the first time in centuries but also greatly encouraged trade and cultural exchange, leaving an indelible mark on Chinese history. Now, let's shift our attention westward to the Umayyad Caliphate, centered in Syria. Coming into power in the 7th century, the Umayyad Caliphate was a significant period in Islamic history. During its reign, it expanded rapidly, covering approximately 11 million square kilometers, similar to the reach of the Yuan dynasty. The Umayyads were known for their administrative prowess and their commitment to the arts and sciences, which played a significant role in the Islamic Golden Age. Both the Yuan dynasty and the Umayyad Caliphate, despite their geographical distance, shared a common thread: their expansive reach and profound influence. These two dynasties were pivotal in shaping their respective regions. Moving forward, we arrive at the Abbasid Caliphate, ruling from the heart of Baghdad. The Caliphate, which lasted from 750 to 1258, spanned an impressive 11.1 million square kilometers. This empire was renowned for its golden age of Islamic culture, making significant strides in the sciences, literature, philosophy, and architecture. Meanwhile, the French colonial empire, stretching from 1534 to 1980, covered an equally significant 11.5 million square kilometers. This empire, though primarily focused on economic exploitation, also became a conduit for the spread of French culture, language, and influence. From Africa to Asia and the Americas, the French left an indelible mark on the globe. The Abbasid Caliphate and the French colonial empire, though separated by centuries and cultures, were both massive in their reach. Each left a profound impact on the regions they ruled, shaping the course of history in the world as we know it. Both these empires left a strong mark in their respective regions and beyond. Next in line we have the Spanish Empire, the largest empire in the world at its peak. Stretching its influence from the late 15th century to the mid-20th century, the Spanish Empire covered an impressive 13.7 million square kilometers. From the Americas to the farthest corners of Asia, the Spanish Empire reigned supreme, leaving a lasting impact on the world through its language, culture, and religion. On the other side of the world, we find the Qing dynasty. This last imperial dynasty of China, which lasted from the mid-17th century to the early 20th century, covered an even larger area, approximately 14.7 million square kilometers. The Qing dynasty was characterized by its Manchu leadership, military conquests, and cultural flourishing, leaving an indelible mark on the fabric of Chinese society and history. These empires, with their vast expanse, were indeed forces to be reckoned with. Now, we come to the Russian Empire, one of history's largest empires. Spanning from 1721 to 1917, This colossal empire covered about 22.8 million square kilometers. Truly vast, isn't it? It was a product of centuries of expansion, driven by an insatiable thirst for exploration, conquest, and trade. The Russian Empire was not merely about size, though. It was a melting pot of diverse cultures, languages, and religions. From the icy tundras of Siberia to the warm Black Sea coast, it was a land of stark contrasts. Among its key aspects, the empire was renowned for its formidable military, strategic diplomacy, and the centralization of power under the Tsarist autocracy. Despite its eventual downfall during the turbulent times of the Russian Revolution in 1917, its influence on world history is undeniable. Through its rich culture, complex politics, and sheer scale, the empire has left an indelible mark on the world. The Russian Empire, with its vastness, was a major player on the global stage. Next, we arrive at the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous land empire in history. Emerging in the early 13th century, it was the brainchild of one Genghis Khan, who led his Mongol horde to conquer vast territories, stretching from Asia to Europe. The empire spanned an impressive 24 million square kilometers, a footprint larger than any other empire had ever managed to control continuously. The Mongol Empire was not just a testament to military might, but also a catalyst for cultural and economic exchange. It was during this period that the Silk Road, the ancient trade route linking East and West, flourished under the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol Peace. This era saw an unprecedented spread of ideas, technologies, and goods, fostering a level of global interconnectedness that was truly revolutionary. However, the empire's lifespan was relatively short, lasting from 1206 to 1368. After the death of Genghis Khan, internal strife and power struggles led to the fragmentation of the empire into distinct khanates. Despite its decline, the impact of the Mongol Empire was far-reaching, shaping the course of history in profound ways. The Mongol Empire, with its formidable force, changed the course of history. Last, but certainly not the least, we have the British Empire, the largest empire in history. Spanning an extraordinary 35 million square kilometers, the British Empire's reach was truly global, touching every continent. Its duration is equally impressive, lasting from the late 16th century to the early 20th century. This was an empire where the sun never set, a phrase that perfectly encapsulates the vastness of its territories. From the Americas to Asia, from Africa to the Pacific, the British flag fluttered in the winds of both hemispheres. The British Empire was not just about land, it was about influence. It left a significant mark on the world in terms of language, law, and culture. English, the language of this empire, is now spoken by over 1 billion people worldwide. The common law system born in England has been adopted by many countries around the globe. Culturally, the British Empire propagated its values and traditions far and wide. Cricket, a game invented in England, is now played passionately in countries like India, Australia, and South Africa, all former British colonies. However, the empire was not without its blemishes. Exploitation, slavery, and colonization were integral aspects of its rule, leaving deep scars on the countries it dominated. The empire was also known for its divide and rule policy, which sowed the seeds of numerous conflicts still felt today. Yet it's impossible to deny the British Empire's impact on the world stage. Its legacy is complex, a mix of progress and pain, innovation and oppression. The British Empire, with its unparalleled expanse, undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the world. So, there we have it. A journey through the 10 largest empires in history. We've seen the Portuguese Empire, one of the longest-lived empires, spanning from 1415 to 2002, covering a vast area of about 10.4 million square kilometers. We've traversed the Yuan and Umayyad dynasties, the first foreign dynasty to rule all of China, and a caliphate centered in Syria, respectively. We've navigated the Abbasid Caliphate, ruling from Baghdad, and the French colonial empire, which spanned nearly 4 centuries. We've delved into the Spanish Empire, the world's largest empire at its peak, and the Qing dynasty, the last imperial dynasty of China. We've journeyed through the Russian Empire, one of the largest empires in history, and the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous land empire. And finally, we've explored the British Empire, the largest empire in history, which has left an indelible mark on the world. From the Portuguese Empire to the British Empire, these colossal empires have shaped the world as we know it today.